Let's bring it all together now. What are we really building, and how do we build it right together? At the end of every project, beyond all the milestones and metrics, what matters most is this. Are we handing over a usable digital asset, one that's ready for startup and operation? Because startup isn't a side note. It's not a footnote to commissioning. It's critical, and it often gets the least amount of structured data support. What we should be delivering is not another stack of PDFs, a hard drive full of CAD files, or a disconnected archive of documents. That's not a digital twin. That's digital clutter. What we need is a structured, intelligent, and contextual digital asset. One that links the physical asset with its functional definition. That means PNIDs, equipment tags, SOPs, weld history, test records all connected and traceable. But too often, what's sold as a digital twin is just a 3D viewer with poor data integration. And when we show up at startup or operations, what happens? We scramble, reload the model, reload the tags, and rebuild the SOPs. We try to reconstruct 24 months of execution history in 2 weeks. And we cross our fingers that it's accurate. Imagine building a house and only receiving the floor plans after it's already built. That's how we treat data on many capital projects today. We must flip that. The digital asset should be built progressively, as the physical asset is built. That's how we create something startup ready, not just handover compliant. This is the transformation we're aiming for. From manual to automated processes. From fragmented to connected information. From paper trails to intelligent data models, XML, JSON, real-time systems. And by the way, your PNIDs? They're not just PDFs. They're data-rich outputs from platforms like Aviva PNID, SmartPlant PNID, and others. These tools don't just draw diagrams. They generate structured data sets that we can actually use to drive planning, readiness, and operations. But only if we start early. Because if you wait to structure your information model until the end of the project, it's already too late. Right now, there are about 180 FPSOs in operation globally. Another 30 are under construction, and around 70 to 90 are in various planning stages. And I keep hearing the same thing. We've got enough data to train AI. Just feed it into a model and let it work its magic. But the reality is very different. Take something like ChatGPT, trained on roughly 300 terabytes of highly curated data. That data wasn't just scraped, it was labeled, classified, ranked, and cleaned. We told it what the content is, where it came from, what it's useful for, and how sensitive it might be. It wasn't just data. It was purposeful, structured information rich in language, code, and context. Think about it. The internet is full of versioned software code, shared knowledge, and structured forums. There's decades of clean history, from Fortran 90 to JavaScript to modern AI-ready formats. Now imagine trying to train a model of similar reasoning power, but using EPC data. Let's say we had full data from 50 FPSOs. Sounds promising, right? But here's the challenge. Most of our data is still in unstructured PDFs. We've got piles of Excel sheets, disconnected 3D models, often just graphics with no intelligence, sensor logs, and tag data scattered across silos. And a lot of institutional knowledge is locked in emails. We're not feeding AI a gourmet, well-prepared dataset. We're giving it a warehouse full of unlabeled cans and asking it to cook. That's the gap. AI in EPC isn't about volume, it's about structure. To unlock AI's potential, we need clean data, connected systems, contextual relationships between tags, systems, drawings, and operational logs. Only then can we move from hype to real value. So yes, the potential of AI in EPC is exciting, but it starts with foundations, not fantasy. Let's take a moment to zoom out and reflect. If there's one thing this room agrees on, it's that capital projects are getting more complex, and the systems we use to deliver them haven't kept up. So here's my challenge, a call to action. Do we need to update the FEL framework? The world has changed. Are we still planning projects the same way we did 20 years ago? What about CAD interoperability? Shouldn't open formats and smarter data exchange be the norm by now? Can we finally move past the era of PDFs as engineering deliverables? It's time for structured digital handovers from day one. Change management. It's not an exception. It's the rule. Let's digitalize it, track it at the data level, and understand its impact in real time. Let's bring in a lean manufacturing mindset, not just in fabrication, but across planning and execution. Construction is a factory. We just don't always treat it like one. AWP is a great framework, but maybe the answer isn't to add more AWP teams. Maybe it's to empower our existing project planners with better data and better tools. And here's a key point. How do we better support the project command and control center? By improving the accuracy of budgeted man-hours, by enabling the transition from engineering intent to construction reality, not as a leap, but as a connected flow. This isn't about more process, it's about more insight, more adaptability, more integration. And if we do it right, we don't just deliver better projects. We change the way our industry works. Thank you for watching.